Hey, you cool cats and kittens. What does he do with his hands?
I don't know what to do with his hands.
They're floating.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the third week in a row. If you haven't shit your pants, I did.
That's the fourth week in a row.
How many weeks in a row has this been?
I think it's the fourth.
Oh, shit. We didn't
look
notice.
how fat my head looks. And look at how Frank's head is in
Battery.
our camera.
We didn't notice this and we were setting up.
Scoot over, Frank.
The big old shadow.
Oh, Jesus. Should we go to intermission?
No, there's no need to go to intermission. Look at this.
Can we see you still?
There you go.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, it's good.
You just moved. That's what happened.
I did. I used to sit over here.
Technical differences, always.
All right, everybody. This is what, 4 weeks in a row, 5 or 6
I don't know, you
shows.
just said 3 before.
It's 4.
It's 4.
Guys, this is 8 shows in a row.
Road show 72. You sound like Beetlejuice from the old Howard Stern show. You remember? He used to go on there and they said, like,
Yeah.
what's 1 + 1? It's 72.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah. Are you sure? That's about 37. 37.
Or he'd be totally off talking.
I know
yeah.
what color is the carrot?
Yeah.
That's 64.
Yeah. He was the best part.
He said it confidently too, like so confident.
He came back.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he came back. They did the It's Beetle. Remember the song?
No.
He's in the house.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he did like a half a show, I guess. His mother doesn't want him on the show anymore.
Well, that was before Howard turned into a shit show.
That, John, is a perfect segue to one of the topics on our list. And I think we've talked about this several times. But Howard Stern's show sucks now.
We do talk about him a lot, but he's jumped the shark a long time ago. He's turned into the Joy Behar.
That's a good point. I don't mind his stance. I don't mind that he's a liberal. I don't mind. What I do mind is every freaking day it's the unvaccinated must die, and it's still about Trump to him, which is ridiculous, and it's just fucking annoying. And on top of that, well, we can't go live now, or can't get monetized now. I cursed.
Not monetized.
You did that earlier.
In the first 4 minutes. I couldn't even make it to 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
You
4
made it to
minutes.
like
You're
8
not
seconds.
monetized anyway.
It was 3 minutes and 58 seconds. But the show sucks now. It's the same thing. And you know why it sucks? Because he hasn't left his house. He's got no freaking context for anything these days. It's terrible.
Well, kind of his own people were saying that on the show too.
Do you think that that's why Ronnie moved? And didn't Gary move?
Old. Gary sold his house. And Shuli left.
Ball.
Yeah, both.
She is my absolute favorite.
So Shuli, damn you, Joe Bogdan. Wendy, what is she called now?
Wendy the slow person.
Yeah, Wendy the slow
they
adult.
actually changed
Yeah,
her name.
Wendy the slow adult.
Yeah,
You guys see that?
Gary.
yeah.
That's the only thing that's funny about Howard is watching or listening to the old
Howard.
the old cuts, right? The stuff
The old
where
shows.
where he's like, did you eat the food out of the dumpster?
Yeah.
Did it give you did it make you have to go potty?
Yeah.
So you went number 2?
Yeah.
Did you go number 2 in your pants or in the bathroom?
And no, he goes, did you eat it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you eat it? So
Yeah.
you ate the trash? You ate from the trash can?
Did you ever hear that
Then
story?
you went to duty?
What's wrong with that?
So Wendy basically she dumpster dives and eats
Yeah.
food out of a dumpster.
Yeah.
And so one time she fell in the dumpster and she couldn't get out. So instead of like being a normal person and yelling for somebody,
she stayed in there.
she stayed in there.
I
Just-
think I remember something.
yeah, she like laid down in there and was eating.
Uh-huh.
And then finally somebody from the restaurant came out to throw trash in, and then she was like, "Hey, I'm in here," and then they got her out. But dude,
He's like, "Did you make it?"
Talking about?
I don't.
So Wendy the Slow Adult is one of the Whack Pack on Howard Stern's broadcast.
She was Wendy the retard.
Yeah.
Oh, I do know who that is.
Yeah.
Right.
So now it's Wendy the Slow Adult. But basically, dude,
Right.
she is super anti-Trump, but or anti Joe Bogdan.
Fuck you, Joe Bogdan.
Yeah, that's what she's all about. And currently, she's living in a van with her mom outside of Cracker Barrels.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they got the dog in there and the cat.
And he's just like, did you eat? And that's Howard's like, oh, did you make a duty in the dumpster? Yeah. Did you eat? Did it stink? The duty was real stinky when you're in there? Yes.
But again, we're talking about stuff that happened like 8 years ago.
Right.
Well, he hasn't been relevant that long, probably.
No, he's doing it for a cash grab.
Yeah.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah, he's getting paid a lot of money.
That's
Oh, so much
But
money.
people like him that are so out of touch with reality, you say he's living in his house, he's just living his bubble.
Well, that's what he's always wanted
They
to
don't
do.
exit their bubble at all, and they don't realize how it is in the real world.
Even his psychiatrist on the last episode told him that it was ridiculous. It was too much. The
Yeah.
psychiatrist. But anyway, I don't want to pump him up anymore. He doesn't need us to help it. But I think the show sucks now. As it is, the show sucks now. That's where I stand.
But Frank, it's the Christmas spirit, so we can't go and talk about negative. We have to talk about the positive. Christmas time, you guys love it or hate it? Can you take it or leave it?
It's my first Christmas with my kid and no more Santa. So it's interesting. It's
How
like
old?
she's 9,
Uh-huh.
and she just recently, I think it was months ago, she had found something, and she actually called me in, and she was like, "Daddy, how for Christmas?" I forget what it was even exactly, but she said, "How did Santa bring this if I found this somewhere, like in the house or whatever, you know?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, honey, we gotta ask Mommy about that. I don't even know." And then Mommy comes home and tells her instantly, and I'm like, "Wow, okay, I could have, said something about that." But she's
Wait,
like, "Daddy,
she
you
just
told me you
ripped the
didn't know."
Band-Aid off?
Yeah, ripped it off.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, she's
And
done.
and my kid was fine. I thought she was gonna be hysterical, but she was really good. She was pretty grown up about it, and
I've already got my speech ready.
yeah.
Oh yes.
I mean, my daughter's like, she's like, "Daddy, you told me we had to ask Mommy. You knew about this or whatever?" And I'm getting blown out of the water here. I'm like, well, I didn't know she was gonna come out and tell you.
Your older ones, probably both you and Frank's older ones.
Mine has
Probably
said nothing to my younger one, and I'm pretty sure he might still believe.
Oh, wow. My nephew was 16 and still believed, and I had
Driving.
to tell him. I had to tell him. Listen,
You told him?
I told him. I just said, "Dude, it's fake. The person last year was me. It's fake."
What it was John wanted the credit for them gifts. Listen,
I mean, at that point in time,
Santa didn't bring you
he's getting
nothing.
He's getting old enough to want to apply to drive the sleigh with
Yeah,
Santa. You got to tell him at that
At
point.
some point, you got to rip the Band-Aid off.
Here's the problem.
Because that's the problem is people like that are so gullible today they believe anything.
There's a big problem. Frank is sitting quietly because he still believed in Santa up until this point.
Yeah.
Right now.
No, both of my kids still believe. Ava's
Yeah,
all about it, dude. All about it.
I'm gonna unpick with you guys.
So here's the thing: is too,
I just don't care.
Go ahead.
my daughter. So we thought all that stuff was over, and so we obviously used to do the elf and do all kinds of different things with it. The scenes and the hanging them from the ceiling fan, all kinds of
Yes.
crazy stuff. And it was like the thing, like it was damn near some nights playing paper, rock, scissors for who's going to get an idea for it
Dude.
this time. And then now I thought we were done with it. And then she actually still wants the elf. I think maybe a couple of her friends at school are still doing the elf,
Yeah.
even though they're not doing the Santa Claus thing. So it was super
Right.
important to her. She came home one day and it was really important to her. Well, we couldn't find the thing. She was kind of devastated. I finally ended up finding it. I stashed it in some rando place. I think last year when I was in my bowling league, I had found that I'd stashed it in my bowling bag when I was at playing league. And then I had to bring it home and store it somewhere. But yeah, I finally found the thing and she seems to be a little happier, but now she wants me to do fun stuff with it again. And I'm realizing that I'm getting pulled back in.
That elf on the shelf stuff, man. I don't know if I could handle it if I had kids. I know that they get excited and everything.
It's not an
but,
option, John.
like watching my
It just has
nephew
to happen.
and seeing it all the time on my Facebook from everybody.
I broke
Even
his hat
Frank's
off last
wife.
night.
And Frank's wife goes like above and beyond,
Yeah.
like insanity.
Have you seen this stuff, Tim?
I don't
it's
know
a
if I've
movie.
seen-
It's a movie scene.
Oh no, you don't understand. Whenever the elf writes them something,
Yeah.
like we have somebody who we and draft up a script for it, and they handwrite it, so that doesn't match any of our handwriting or anything like that. And pens we don't even have in the house.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
crazy.
So
My-
what cult is this?
Yeah.
Listen,
This is
so
a deep
did
fake.
you not
This
see?
is-
Did you see the one Janet did yesterday?
I didn't see that one yet.
So the freaking elf was playing Among Us in our kitchen last night, and he had like the red Among Us character like over his face, and the reindeer's holding a sign that says "This guy's sus." It like points to him. Yeah, that's what I'm
That's
saying.
too
dude.
much.
Intervention. I think you may
I
need to-
I had to hide him last night because Morgan went upstairs, and in the midst of me moving him from his one spot to my lame ass spot I normally choose, whatever I see first, I broke his hat off his head. So now he doesn't even have a hat.
Oh, that's terrible. Did you see the one where they take the hat and they put the hat on a bunch of chicken bones? It says kid's gonna be pissed off in the morning.
You should put
That's
ketchup.
terrible.
Yeah, it is.
I do feel bad though because like I hung on the fan. He's got ribbons like grandma glued ribbon stuff to his ass. I mean, so I can't even tell. Like I'd have to cut the ribbon off or whatever. And the other day I put it somewhere, and my kid's like, she's like, "Are you ever gonna get the ribbon off of them? You know, ribbon." Oh my goodness,
That's a great one. All right. Credit to Steve Walters for that one. Appreciate it. Anyway,
Listen, my sister was a teacher, and she would call me whenever the students weren't acting right and say, "Listen, I have Santa on speed dial," and she would put me on speakerphone. I'm in the middle of working when she's calling me, so here I am doing work in the middle of a story, and I'm like, "Hey, little fellas, hey kids, boys and girls, this is Santa."
I thought he was a pedophile.
Y'all better be good. Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? Why is she calling me? Call somebody else. Don't call me. But hey, I put on a show for him. I can be a good Santa because obviously I got the size and I got the look and I'm down pretty good. But I was a good
You want to
Santa.
hear a BS story? I wasn't allowed to believe in Santa because it wasn't Jesus. But
You
I-
guys were crazy. Those
Yeah.
parents were crazy.
But the funny thing is my dad used to call me as Elsie the elf, and I believed that obviously when I was younger. But at some point, I think I was probably 6 or 7, he made the phone call to me, and I go, "This isn't Elsie, this is Dad," and he's like, "No, this is Elsie," or whatever, and I got mad because I'm like, "No, this is Dad," and he's like, "No, this is Elsie," and kept doing it because my dad likes to torment me, and I hung up on him. He came out from outside in the garage because that's what he was calling me from. Walked in the house and spanked me. I swear to God. And I'm like, I'm in trouble for not believing in your stupid. I was in trouble for hanging up on him.
sure.
But it was Elsie. So I didn't hang up on him, but I got spanked by him.
That shit is funny. That's
Yeah.
real funny.
You know, my wife was raised the same, obviously.
Yeah, I was probably worse than that.
Yeah, probably. But
Yeah.
my wife had the same problem. And do you think that contributes to later on in life when you're like, oh, it's fucking Christmas time, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do decorations. I don't want to decorate the tree. I don't want to do.
I like it once it's done.
Yeah.
Like when it's done,
That's
I
good, right?
appreciate it.
but you don't want to do it.
No.
Yeah.
That and I'm scared to death because the whole, I think we might have talked about this last year, but nobody was watching then either. So, but the outside roof is just, what do you think? 30 feet?
It's high.
All right.
Yeah,
It's high.
roofers are watching.
I
this
get-
going, what a bunch of.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine because I get anxiety when I look at it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and yours is taller.
Yeah.
But
not
like
doing
it
it.
scares me. And every year, like I have to psych myself up and I go up the ladder, my legs shaking, and the ladder's like making weird noises.
Yeah, I got
Why
a
you
one
don't buy
story.
a 2-story home?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got a one story, and I ain't going. The peak of the house, right there in the
Yeah.
front of the entryway, is like so high, and I have a 10-foot ladder. But like you said, when you start to get up there, the wind starts to feel a little different up there.
Yeah.
You know,
The temperature's different. There's
Yeah.
wind gusts.
Yeah.
You expect someone to be like,
yeah. Start waving your head.
Yeah, yeah. "Calm down, there's a hurricane up there."
Well, that,
It's ridiculous. Plus, you're a bitch. It's a single story. Get the
Yeah.
fuck up there,
Oh,
John.
I'm a bitch.
well, that, and then ladders, or at least mine says weight limit 200 pounds. And I'm
Oh,
like, not on
I
a
don't
good
even
day.
look at that shit anymore. I don't even. I just go up and pray.
I
That's
actually
it.
fell off the ladder at work this week. I had a defective part on me, and as soon as I put the full load of tension on there, it snapped.
Nice.
Yeah, fell
How
straight
tall?
back.
Old ladder?
No, not the ladder. The
Oh.
spring that I put up
Oh,
for a huge door, and sure enough, it was defective and snapped right off the cone that holds the tension. Kind of exploded in my face, sparks went everywhere, and I flew straight back. And thank God it was a garage that was clean and
Yeah, it didn't land on
nothing
a
to
lawnmower.
impale me.
Yeah. Holy
I've had
yeah.
plenty of garages that have stuff on it.
Oh, you would die in my garage.
Mine
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, lucky.
Dude, we could talk about this later, but I need to replace my fucking garage door opener very soon.
You need new parts in it too. I remember I saw it last
It's
time.
that-
I need parts in it.
It's the Ryobi garage door.
thing,
thing.
yeah, that thing sucks.
It's terrible.
So the bad thing right now is that stuff is so short on supply. Just it's
Everything.
brutal. Yeah, it's
Everything.
terrible.
In our line of business too, there's a lot of shit we can't get right now.
Yeah.
John, what about you, John?
Like good employees.
That's tough.
What's inventory looking like for you at
In
work?
my work,
Sorry
it's
about him, aren't you?
it's not much of a problem in my work yet, but in that other part of the field, there is a little bit of backlog. So like in the grocery field, you're seeing a little backlog on the product that the stuff goes in. So like boxes, containers, cans.
Yeah.
Anybody that gets that from foreign stuff,
My
it's
mother-in-law
all-
runs a restaurant.
it's
She
all
said
coming
that's
in there.
huge coming. Like actually, that's coming up. Like she hasn't hit totally yet. It's gonna get worse.
Right. Yeah, it's
Wine
gonna get worse.
bottles, containers of everything.
We're going to hit $10 a gallon gas, and it's going to get extremely worse because people are not going to be able to afford the product either. That are going to be out there because as the gas goes up, so does the
I always
price
love
of
when people are
food.
like, "Oh, gas went up a little bit." No big. I'm like, "Dude, that'll fix everything.
Ah.
Everything that gets shipped and brought anywhere uses gas to get it there."
It affects everything, and I know in the bread field, there's about to be another increase in price. So you're looking at some bread being close to $5 a loaf.
Whatever you got my wife liking, that thick ass bread,
Arsano,
yeah, that's already almost $5.
yeah,
It's so good.
it's going to get up there. It's going to get. Really
What are you
close.
laughing at?
Nothing. We can't talk about on air.
That's what. Are you even paying attention?
No, the whole entire time we were using the mic from my computer. Continue.
Ooh, that's brutal.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what Bob said. Don't acknowledge it on air. I'm trying not to acknowledge it on air. It kills the show.
Don't think that.
No, it doesn't kill the show because the ignorance that we have managed to do on this show is incredible.
You guys have me doing absolutely everything today, and my brain's about to explode. My head's gonna explode.
Oh, yeah. What's the excuses every other week?
My mind's blowed up.
You know, the problem I think is
Oh boy.
Kevin, and I think you'll agree that when Kevin does a little, or Kevin, when Frank does a little certain thing before the show,
Yes.
we always have a problem.
Yes.
Speak for yourself.
Here's a good kickback to the old
Here.
days. How many times did Frank say the same crap to you, and you get so mad?
Yeah.
You're like, I'm over here doing everything. Terror.
Yeah. I was doing everything. And then,
Yes.
but I wasn't doing everything like he's got this streaming live,
Yeah.
getting recorded for him, no editing to
Yeah,
worry
it's
about.
way easier now.
Way easier. I did a podcast last night and I had to teach myself how to use Final Cut again because I was like, what the hell is this? I don't even know what the hell to do.
You're not using StreamYard?
I haven't tried to tackle StreamYard yet. I haven't figured out anything yet, but I probably will use StreamYard.
Yeah, you don't have to go live in StreamYard.
Yeah, because I don't want to go live yet, but I'm gonna need to be able to like interview people and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to learn StreamYard.
Segue. John's got a show coming up soon.
Yes, one came out yesterday. I don't recommend watching it because it wasn't very good, but
Well-
it's very informative. But I was a little rusty.
I mean, we
So-
could take a second and explain like exactly what it is we're doing, how we're doing it.
I hope to be coming on there with you too. That'd be
Yeah.
great.
So basically, we're gonna try to take the politics out of the Ordinary Guys show.
Impossible.
And it's going to be hard because everything nowadays is political, and we're going to have the political part is basically under the umbrella of OG is going to be digital soldiers. So we're going to have that. So if you are into politics, it gives you the opportunity to go there and follow the Digital Soldier podcast. Go to digitalsoldiers.show and you'll
Awesome
be able
layout.
to see it all there.
Political news.
We're also going to have another segment, the OnlyFans segment.
Yeah. Where I spread my butt cheeks.
No, it's where I dress up my dick in different costumes. We've been
How
talk-
does that not get us kicked off?
Kevin and I have been talking about this for a year now.
No, not in that context.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
oh
I
jeez.
I feel the same
Listen.
way. I feel like my dick is different genders, and I want to dress it up all the time.
Oh no, we're gonna make like Halloween outfits for it, where it's gonna dress up like a little baby dinosaur.
You totally missed. First off, we are not going to make outfits for it.
Yeah, we are.
You and Janet were going to make outfits for it.
Y'all are
No, that's
definitely
never-
having a fourth kid
She's not
if
creative
you start doing
enough.
that.
I'm not either.
Creative enough.
Oh,
Not creative enough. You just said what you
What?
did with the elf.
oh my.
One
so-
thing to finish
that's
off,
true.
finish off that thing is that we're also going to do another OG website. This way, if you guys want to get shirts and your hats and anything that they've had available in the past, then you'll be able to do that. And if you're a sponsor, you can go ahead and sponsor us and put it out on the webpage. Get some links, get some hits.
Speaking of sponsors,
What's up? Oh, so we gotta do this.
I don't
like-
have
listen,
a sponsor.
If we had,
I'm not
reeds-
wearing the hat.
If we had reads, it would be fun. So we're going right into business mode. Fine.
Yeah.
Go to business. This episode of the Ordinary Guy Show is brought to you by American Regardless. It's AmericanRegardless.com. It's a veteran-owned company with American-made shit. By shit, I mean awesome stuff,
Our
not
hats.
like poo-poo.
Our hats are
But
from there.
my hat is American Regardless. Let's go, Brandon. I believe it's about $25 shipped. I might be wrong, give or take a little bit. But if you use the promo code OG Show, you get 10% off your merchandise from American Regardless.
We
But
need a
they
couple
were on.
shirts.
I forget what episode they were on, but they were on. They were on right at COVID.
Yes.
Soon as COVID was starting, they were in here on their way back from Bike Week. It was.
Did
it
you
was
just read
chaos.
that?
No.
No, he did that live.
How?
I
The
got
whole
good.
time
I
he's
liked it.
must be
ridiculous.
sobering up.
You guys let me-
but you,
Let
he,
me let
But,
me know
you know,
when you
the-
guys are ready for another commercial read. 'Cause
I
I got
think-
this shit.
I think he said that whole thing with the camera on you guys. I don't know. He
No,
might
he-
have
he
might
had
have
it on him
Oh,
for
okay,
him.
okay. You got to
So-
make sure.
And he was
But,
like, "Get it off me."
but we
But-
need an American Regardless to send us some shirts.
No, they already did, John. You weren't
I-
here for that.
Oh,
I think I have two of them.
Send me a
Yeah,
shirt.
I got a couple of them. Janet's got one that says "I like Glock" or "I like big Glocks" or "I like Glocks." I love
That's
Glocks,
awesome.
and it's
That's
a picture of a Glock. Yeah, I like
I like
big
that.
Glocks, something like
Yeah,
that.
you do.
Anyway, it was fun. She wears it all the time, which I think is awesome, especially since I've gotten into Glocks lately. But
She likes your big Glock better.
He
than your
keeps
big
saying
cock.
Glocks, but he,
Yeah.
am I saying cocks?
No, you're saying Glocks, but
We're
I feel
hearing-
like, yeah,
yeah.
You're hearing cocks.
I just hear cocks all the
Look
time.
at why does he always mess with it?
Hey, speaking of Glocks,
Okay.
this is a good
I was gonna
segue.
sing a song.
It's a good segue. Well, before you go. too
Oh no,
far.
wait, we got to finish real quick. John, hold up for
Okay,
one
okay,
second.
Okay.
John's show is going to be on the Ordinary Guys show. It's just going to be a different playlist, so it's going to look like a different channel within our channel.
Yeah, it should be on the
The-
bottom,
the-
say feature
yep.
channel.
The same way you would watch old Kevin Hates or old seasons of the show, John's segment will be right there.
If I
this way
don't
you
get
can find
banned.
Yes,
I was
yes, you
thinking
will.
about doing that again too.
You'll get us strikes.
I was gonna
No,
say,
no.
does that happen? Does
I'm
that
gonna-
work like that?
It's my own separate channel, but if you put on the bottom, it's a feature channel. If the strikes happen, it's against me
Oh, perfect.
and not the OG channel.
So it'll be
Those
around for 3 days.
So the
Perfect.
strikes are going to happen. I mean, I'm surprised mine from
Watch
last
it quick.
night not gotten a strike. So
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
To what, John's show?
I'd like for it to be live because I would love to call in.
I like
No,
the
John's
old
John's
strikes.
show shouldn't be live.
yeah, I can't make it.
John,
live.
yeah, it can't.
Yeah, but
be.
I could call in as different people, and I can guarantee you I'd make John not know it was me.
I'll tell you what though, it is hard to do a podcast by yourself.
Yeah. Why do you
That
think
is
Rush
hard.
Limbaugh
Yeah.
was so amazing?
Yeah, it is hard to talk by
Miss that
yourself
guy.
for. I was like, I'm going to do an hour. Here it was, 18 minutes in. I'm like, shit.
Dan Gino's really good too.
Yeah,
It's crazy, and his background was nothing to do with radio.
Yeah.
That's what's so, and you know,
So in Jacksonville, Mark Kay took over Rush Limbaugh's spot
here's
instead of
Bongino.
Bongino. But yeah, so I think some of Orlando too went Mark Kay. Those two pretty much took over
Okay.
most of it. The thing I do like Bongino. I do watch him sometimes too. But the thing about Mark Kay that I like when I'm riding off work is that he's got a humor to him with all the craziness of politics. he's got a way of bringing it to you and still making you laugh. And it's honestly, it's awesome. Like when I can sit there and I'm like, man, world's like just going to hell. But then at the same time, all of a sudden he'll say something and I'm busting up laughing, because he's making light of it, making fun of it.
It's funny because he's clean, but you can hear the curse words.
And I mean,
like they fit right where you
exactly.
know what I mean?
Like that's
it makes you laugh.
The bleep Fake News Friday. Or there's a like where they do the bleep out word, and it sounds like it's going to be a curse word, but it's really just like a political thing.
I have heard him.
He also does. So one of the things Bongino does that I really like is the what is it, like the person of the week, or you know what I'm talking about on the podcast where he does that. That it's really funny because it'll be like the hero of the week or it'll be like the idiot of the week. But I don't know, Bongino makes me laugh too because
I mean, when you're just calling people idiots for a lot of the things, it's just kind of funny.
We got an
It
idiot
is
of the
funny.
week.
we got who's the idiot of the week?
CNN has fired Chris Cuomo. Fredo.
Suspended.
No.
No, he didn't.
He got
Today he got
terminated
fired.
He got terminated
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
on Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, when nobody's
You
listening
got fired
to the
on
news.
your day off?
I have a
Yeah.
feeling that's going to get pretty deep into him and his brother were both doing some pretty bad shit
Yes,
with
that's
women.
that's the allegation.
Because CNN actually
coming out.
hired attorneys to get down into
Oh.
it, dive into some of it, and I think that's probably where a
And
lot
he
of
is
it went.
also involved in the women. I mean,
Yeah,
a lot of these
covering
things
his
are
brother's stuff up, and he's got allegations against him now
Right.
too.
I don't think that's going to be the first person fired. I think a lot of those people at CNN are going
And
to
trust me, I mean that hurt.
fired.
Commie News Network did not want to lose that guy. He'd do anything they told him to.
Oh yeah.
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 He
Well-
was a good little fuck boy.
Discovery's taking them over, so that a lot of the on-air talent is going to be switched out there.
It's going to be ESPN.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Well, ESPN went the other way.
Hopefully the
So-
lemon will start getting sour too, and they'll kick his ass off.
Yeah, Lemon has his own sexual allegations against him.
Really?
Yes.
So he does seem very like a sociopath, I would say, like the way he dressed it. I've seen him do interviews off camera, even ones in his home, and he's got that you guys remember Scott Disick from the
Yes.
Kardashians?
Uh-huh.
He's got that mentality about him, you know what I mean?
I like Scott.
I do too.
He's the
I
only
used
one
to
I
hate
like.
I used
He
to
was
hate
the only
guy.
one watchable on the show. Yeah.
I used to
Yeah.
really not like the guy, and I feel like he's one of the ones that like watched the show and was like, "Damn, I need to better myself. I'm being crazy." And then all of a sudden, he started getting to be more of a normal guy, and you could start to see where you were like, you felt bad for the guy for having to deal with the shit that he dealt with those people.
Yeah.
You're like, man. And I mean, God, he had some problems going on, but I mean, who wouldn't in that situation?
I don't even know who you're talking about.
Scott
Scott
Disick
Disick.
from the Kardashians, Kourtney Kardashian's old boyfriend.
I never watched the Kardashians.
Well, you were
Good.
smart.
You know what? Good for
Yeah.
you, buddy.
You're
Yeah.
smart.
I'm
for
being
you.
dead serious. I never have.
No, I'm
I
being
might
serious.
have
I
seen
appreciate
like I might have seen like a few minutes here and there, or someone say, "Oh, you got to watch this."
So
or
Janet
that,"
doesn't watch
but
that at all?
No.
Nice.
No, none of the.
She's a keeper.
Yeah, the only thing she watches that is weird is like The Bachelor and Bachelorette.
Oh, I'd rather watch the Keeping Up with the Kardashians than that.
Yeah, but
It's all pretty bad.
you know what? Even
No Kardashians.
Janet, who stays fairly neutral on most things, and I hate that I'm throwing her under the bus here, but even after the last nonsense that happened with The Bachelor, she was like, "I'm kind of just done."
I know nothing about any of it.
I don't know that either.
My wife was watching.
No,
she
that
Enlighten
was-
me.
Kardashian.
Enlighten me
was-
on that.
No, you heard The Bachelor. This is old news. The host.
Oh, I do know about that.
Yeah.
But nothing about
No,
the
but
Bachelor.
the host tied to with you remember, even like before where it was that whole Southern whatever party and then the host, like the whole nonsense, and then the whole season after that was all bullshit.
If I didn't know what happened, what you said would have given no clarity or context.
Tim knows what I'm talking about.
What
you know
you
what I'm
just
talking
said
about.
I don't.
has got to be
You
the
don't know that?
stupidest answer
I mean,
I've ever heard in the world.
I just said my wife's never
made
been
us
into
all
that.
dumber.
I've never been
No,
into
no,
that.
no.
All
but-
dumber.
Stop. Tim, no. So the host of The Bachelor was defending the contestant.
Okay, an antebellum,
Antebellum.
party.
I couldn't think of the name.
Yes.
So one of the contestants had pictures from her being at an antebellum party like
Previously.
years before, though, right? Like within
Yes.
5 years or something. And
What's an antebellum party?
see, I thought it was just where the girls dress up like they're going to like one of the horse races or some shit
Oh.
like that. But
Oh,
apparently,
yeah, no.
apparently it's racist.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think
An
that.
Well,
antebellum
because
party?
antebellum
They're not good.
parties were typically thrown by wealthy
Oh.
slave owners.
Right.
That's
yeah.
why the Lady Antebellum
Those were like
changed her
the-
name from Lady Antebellum
Those-
to Lady A.
Those were.
Yeah.
Am I
Antebellum's a
mistaken, or
racist
I could
term.
be wrong here? But I mean, were those not the masked orgy parties? You know what I'm saying? Like, were they not the?
No.
No.
No,
No,
those
no,
are just
that's
the
a
Epstein
masquerade.
party.
Well, there's masquerades, but then there's like the.
No, this was just like
Masquerade orgy.
I say this was a regular antebellum party. This was just, I guess it was just a party the way some young dumb girls would host a themed party, and the host of The Bachelor defended her, right? And then next thing you know, like he's suspended, and then within a week canceled.
Wasn't he sleeping with her?
No.
No.
Wasn't he sleeping with one of the girls?
I don't know
On the
about
show.
that, but here's the thing.
If I was
Isn't
him,
his
I
name
would have slept
Chris?
with any of the girls. Yeah.
His name's Chris.
Yeah.
So here's the
Chris
thing.
Hardwick.
Yeah, if you're Chris, right, and your job, you got a sweet gig. I
Here's
mean,
the
let's be
deal.
honest.
Here's
You
the
say
deal.
the same crap every night.
Uh-huh.
The show's a hit. It's always going to be a hit. It's like basically the easiest job on earth.
Yes.
And somebody asks you a political question that could make you ruin your career. Why would you ever answer it? I'd be like, I have no opinion.
No comment. Yeah, no comment.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, and I will make this. I will make this statement on the Ordinary Guy Show for all 5 people to hear. If I ever make it big that I'm hosting some show like that all I have to do is show up to work, I vow to you guys that if on any public forum someone asks me a political question, I'll shit my pants.
I knew it was going to go somewhere.
I'll just poo my pants on TV.
Damn.
And just
And you'll get fired for that.
On cue. On cue.
oh, wait,
How about that? Like that
I
guy
have
that
no
walks
statement.
by the people and hits the farter thing. He's like, my biscuits are about to pop, and he's running past somebody. He's running past somebody. He's like, my biscuits are about to pop.
Who is
And he
this?
goes, and the people are like, what the hell? What the hell is that? It's just some guys I see on TikToks and YouTubes
Some
that,
of these guys got some balls.
that they're standing in a grocery store and they're looking at the aisle and somebody's behind them and they just lift their leg up and they're like farting like that.
Have
and
you
the-
seen the one where they'll throw some shit up in the
Yes,
air and
I see that too,
act
yes.
like it's not? They're
Yes.
like, who did that?
Yeah,
Like they're doing
yeah.
that too, and they think it's somebody on the other aisle.
Uh,
People got some balls behind them now because
well, do they have
man.
balls or are they rigged? Or are those fake videos?
A lot of videos I think are fake, but they're still like you still got to do them.
I can tell you something that I did when I was younger that would have so made a fortune off YouTube, and we just did it because we were stupid. We ran into Walmart, an unnamed friend and I, and we would go in there, and you know how they have the Scott singles toilet paper, but then they have those giant crappy toilet paper things. Whatever reason, every time we were in there, I would like throw one at him or whatever. So he disappears. I don't know where he is. I find him on the toilet paper aisle. He has built a castle that goes across the whole aisle with like the big ones, and then makes a window and like because he's got the whole castle thing set up, and he's in there and he's yelling at people that come up saying, "Don't come near my castle!" And he's throwing the single Scots rolls, waiting for me to show up so he can
my
hit me with
God.
them. And I'm like, "Oh, we're for sure getting probably arrested this time." No one did anything
This is in Walmart.
in Titusville.
Oh,
I
well,
think
that's
you can
because-
still do that.
Yeah, you could probably still get away
We
with
should
that.
try.
We should do it right after the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah. There's
I
people
think
that
you
have
can get away
slept
with
in
that
Walmarts.
Yes, there was
That's
a
a thing.
guy.
It's right by Taco Bell.
There was a guy that was
Right
arrested
by Taco
because he
Bell.
was sleeping in Walmart, and he had a TV up there and everything. They didn't know he was in the rafters at Walmart
Oh
Wasn't he
yeah.
there for like
in
years.
the attic. Yeah, he
yeah,
was
yeah.
there for a
he
little
was
bit.
he would order pizzas and shit there.
Yeah,
He would order pizzas
How
and
do you get
stuff.
them?
He would just go down and get them.
How do you get up? What?
He
It's like one of the metal ladders
You
somewhere.
can
that
order
get
a
up
pizza
there,
to Walmart.
he'd order pizza to Walmart.
well, and
get it before
Walmart
it closes, and then go up there.
in
Yeah.
Like you're talking about, like above the ceiling tile stuff.
Yeah,
or
Yeah.
whatever?
in Walmart though they have like some rooms that are enclosed that just have the ladder that go up into the attic, and I guess that's how he got
He
there.
closed off a space in there. He went down, grabbed himself a TV. He
Yeah.
grabbed all the stuff he needed. He had what do you have? Like microwave, coffee maker.
He
This
had
is real
everything he
news?
needed.
Yeah.
This is real.
This is
Wow.
like what?
Yeah.
This was a while ago.
And this was the one
Yes,
here
this was
in
a while ago.
at
I don't know if
least
it was
T-ville?
Titusville. I
no,
don't know
no,
if
no.
it was the one in T-ville.
California.
It might have been.
You can do that now in California.
Yeah.
Now in California, as
yeah.
long as
Shit.
it's not what
Smash and grab to
$5,000.
go
If
upstairs.
it's not $1,000, I think you can just take whatever you want.
I think we just had a new topic.
Yeah.
What's that?
The smash and grabs.
Smash and grabs?
Yeah, all going on in the country.
Well, I just
Yeah.
had the idea of all of us seeing who can stay in a Walmart the longest.
Well,
It's
I
not
mean,
hard to
they
say.
want to
I
kick us.
wouldn't be able to stay very long.
They
I'd
want to
start
kick us
snoring.
all out now
I
by
could
No,
stay
no.
in a Walmart.
11
No.
o'clock. I think they close now.
How long's a long time? Like, you think you go shopping for a couple hours? Is that what you're saying?
At least, yeah.
No. We're talking about like you go to the,
Overnight.
Oh,
You
like
go-
just stay.
you go to the fucking camping aisle and you set up a tent
That
That might
can't
not
and you
work.
just start.
No. I
living
already
in
got
it.
my hiding space. I'm gonna go get behind the toilet paper, those big ones.
So I think that's why they don't make
Just lay
those.
down
Like
on
I
the
haven't
aisle.
seen in
Yeah.
a long time. I haven't seen those like where they do the display for the tent campground.
Yeah.
I feel like they don't do those anymore. Maybe
No,
because it's
because
kind
they
of
don't have
inviting
fucking
to some
people
people.
smart
Yeah.
enough to set up the tents. They don't have people on the payroll smart enough to set up the displays.
That's true. They don't set up the bikes and
You
stuff
remember the
anymore.
little tents?
There's no bike set
No,
up.
there are, but they're not. It's not like it used to be.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
not like there's just bikes everywhere. Yeah, now it's just like one of everything.
I like to ride the bikes in a Walmart.
We used to play football in there.
They need to get the electric scooters.
Well, the
going in
bikes are in the
That'd be
back, hanging
great.
up,
Yeah.
hanging up in the ceiling.
Speaking of which, I have a bike Santa got for Christmas last year, and it's already broken. Barely fucking Walmart.
Is that in the
Walmart.
garage?
Yeah,
China.
it's in the garage.
China.
Try to fix
China.
it.
What $8 an hour employee put that bike together?
Uh-huh.
8 cents, bro. Get it right.
Yeah,
I don't know if they put them together anymore.
No, they put them together in town.
they
Oh,
do.
they do?
Yeah, they come
Yeah.
in parts. They come in a box.
I always thought that'd be the worst job because every time I put something together from any store, I get so irritated.
IKEA
Extra
should make
parts.
parts.
I got a topic that I don't want to forget. Can I have a pen or something?
Just say it.
Say it.
We're-
Say it.
Yeah.
So
What the fuck is this?
Who's that pen? What the hell?
all right, so the another good one is I want to know about y'all's opinion on this because both of you and you have kids. Sorry, John, but maybe there is something that you do with this during Christmas too. Is every Christmas, like I already know that after we do the open presents and I take my morning SS&S or whatever, shit shower shave.
Oh.
So I think after that,
Seriously, you didn't know that?
I-
meant?
No.
I know.
I thought it was something
Call
racist.
yourself a
Because-
man.
You got to just say for Frank, because Frank just shits in his pants. He doesn't.
Yeah, oh,
doesn't
true.
do-
Yeah.
Oh,
But then he should totally need a shower.
He shits while in the shower.
You might even need to shave that hairy
And then he
asshole.
waffle stomps that sucker.
This is twice.
Go ahead,
Only
sorry.
happened twice.
Sharding?
No.
He shit in the shower.
That's more like 8 times.
No, I had no. For people know, I've said it before. I had a
My
real-
topic is slipping away.
but I thought I had a really big fart. But you know when you're like running out of air, you got to push just a little bit, but you can push and hold the poop back at the same time.
There's a balance.
I was in the shower and I just go, and it just goes
No.
shoots out right at the foot.
Little
thing. It's like-
gerbil turd.
yeah, so I stomped it down the drain.
He
for
waffle
you.
stomps it.
I would have done
waffle
the same
something.
thing.
Now back to your
I'll
topic.
continue.
So after everything gets done, morning time, open presents, we're Christmas morning here. How many hours of putting shit together do you guys tend to have?
I yell at my kids for the first couple hours, and I try not to do it until after the New Year.
Oh, really? Wow.
We
See, I
usually-
would not be allowed to.
No,
Oh,
we
man.
usually
I am,
leave for vacation. We usually leave on the 26th, and then we go to Connecticut.
I
see
have
my
to have
family,
everything put
and
together
back.
by midnight of the 26th. Like, I mean, Christmas
Oh,
Day,
yeah.
everything has to be put together.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, there's no getting around that. But I am allowed to be as drunk as I want to while I'm doing it.
Oh, that's
As long as
nice.
it gets done.
I can't because I'll just get worse.
For my nieces and nephews, I would just
That's a
buy
medical
stuff
statement.
that was already
assembled.
assembled and just
Hey.
wrap some kind of way to
I had a
wrap it.
customer the other day tell me a lot of places are doing that where they'll start assembling this stuff for you for like $40-$50. So
Public service announcement.
I doubt it's on Christmas Day.
Order your batteries now, so you have batteries for the holidays.
Yep.
Because I don't know about you guys, but the fucking AA battery market is popping in my house on the 25th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Popping.
Oh yeah.
AA? Just AA.
If it takes
Mostly
double A's,
AA.
we're taking it back.
I find that I tend to need them all the way
It-
down to the little 20 CR32s, which actually those ones I kind of can get ones from work from old stuff or whatever. But yeah, all of them, man. All of them.
It's for me. It's
I need all the
primarily
batteries.
double A, AAA for the most part. So occasionally like a fucking C or something like that, but it's the
Well, the
Hot
key-
Wheel stuff usually.
My daughter's keyboard recently, that one, I forget how long ago that was, but that we thought it was going to be the C's, but it ended up being like the big fat daddy D's
Ooh.
or whatever.
Oh,
I mean, like
A
6 of
keyboard?
them.
Oh, a keyboard.
But it could also be plugged
I
into
was
the
thinking a
wall.
computer.
yeah.
but I'm thinking like, hey, well, we might put it somewhere you don't want that. But
For sure.
I mean, those things gotta have a lot of power on them. I don't know how it needed that.
How many
then
D
plug in.
batteries?
How many of the big, like the Circle D batteries?
Yeah.
I think it was like 6.
That's a lot of power.
Seriously.
They still make D batteries.
I
Yeah.
feel like that was
You can run a Tesla off that.
Yeah, pretty much.
well.
It's crazy.
They are
Just
big.
Just
on
to
the
let you know,
keyboard.
no matter the battery size, they all have 12 volts. I'm just
That's true.
Well,
getting that
no,
out
that's
there.
totally true, but
They just have more longevity.
Why do
well,
I have
don't
a
they
penis?
have
Why does
different
that
bowls
sound
and
like a
stuff
penis?
to
rock?
them?
Amps, you mean?
amps,
No,
yes.
they're all the same.
So they're just more power or like
They last longer.
last longer, but something that needs more power, it can take more power from it, right? All you're saying 12 volt period all has the same current, same amps, everything is just longer lasting.
Well,
I mean,
if
some
a-
stuff has to take more power to power it. That's why there takes more batteries in a line. Like, does it make it?
I think we need somebody that's a specialist, but my thought would be
It's got
No,
deep.
yeah, if the battery, right, if the battery is 12 volts, I don't think the battery may have a set amount of amps that it can put out,
Search that one.
but it would be you would have every product on the market in the entire world would have the same amps, and I doubt that would be how it is.
We need to Google that.
Yeah, we do.
Google
You're gonna
it.
get us kicked off Facebook for providing false information.
No,
Google
I
it.
said I don't know, but I would imagine.
Consult your doctor.
Hey,
Yeah.
this leads me to it's a perfect segue to a new topic.
Go for it.
What are we watching on Netflix?
Ooh, yeah. So I got a
I
few.
ain't watching shit
Even though
on
you said I
Netflix.
can only have one.
Yeah, but it doesn't have
Yeah,
to
it
be
can
just.
be
It doesn't have
whatever.
to be just Netflix, though, John. Do you watch any fucking TV?
In my
I try not
house,
to.
we dropped cable so that we could spend $300 a month between Hulu, Netflix. I think we got a little Roku. We got Amazon, which we also have Showtime on there. Little what's the Red Zone? We also
Jeez.
have
You need to get some
Hulu,
friends. that
the
have that
Hulu. We
shit.
actually have the full blown cable on too, by the way.
Yeah.
That's getting
It's
so
64
telling you,
expensive now that
listen.
you're better off just staying with
Yeah.
cable.
My mother-in-law is
It's
living with us
64
right
months.
now. She pays for a lot of it. I think I only pay for the Amazon 99 membership and then the
99?
Netflix. 99 for the year.
Netflix?
No, for Amazon.
Amazon
Yeah.
Prime.
What fucking world are you living in?
Prime,
Amazon
the
Prime.
world.
Amazon
It's more
Prime.
than that.
It's
by the way.
120 now.
It's up now to
Yeah.
120.
See, I don't
But he
watch that
probably-
stuff
Dude,
anymore.
He
that's
probably gets a
4 years
discount.
ago.
They up that. Didn't even tell me. I don't know.
It's 4 years ago.
You have
can
to
get it as a
pretend.
student
Yeah.
for way less.
You can get it way less as a student.
Yeah. All you got to do is fake a student ID card. That's easy.
I identify as a student.
And that's how I got on Unidays.
Is that a dating site?
Unidays is
So-
a verification site for
We need to-
places like,
If I could edit, I would edit
Discount.
this. I would have edited this out for you.
yeah.
But I can't edit anymore. You just put it out there.
No, what did he put out there?
We can still edit it. We just don't.
Yeah, that he forged a student ID.
I don't care. It's
Huh.
I'm not forging a legal document. It's a student ID.
Well,
no one cares about that.
well, I mean, they care if you forge a lot of things these days. You can't even have a fake COVID card.
Yeah, but that's federal.
You can
no one
fake-
cares
you-
about my private college ID card.
But you could fake being a girl if you want.
All,
True.
all I know is if Google
Allegedly.
emails this to Amazon, you're so fucked, Kevin.
All right. So, what are you watching, Kevin, on Amazon or on Hulu or Netflix or whatever? What's your show?
It is The Harder They Fall.
The fuck is that?
I know what. That's the only
Idris
thing-
Zilbin or however you say that his
Let me
name.
see that. Let me pull it up again.
It's well, I didn't pull it up, but it's
You did earlier.
it's on Netflix. It's a Netflix. I don't know how it didn't get popular. It was really good. But it's basically, what is his name? The black dude that's like the kick-ass black dude.
I'm
Idris
looking
Zilba.
it up right now.
It is.
There's a bunch of kick-ass ones.
They don't really explain much on Netflix. Oh, here we
You
go.
know, that's
Details
that's
and more.
racist that you have put him out there as the black guy,
Oh God. Well, he's not white.
African American.
Idris Elba.
It's a fucking human.
But
That dude is a badass.
yeah, that's what I'm
he is
saying.
badass. Let me see the thing on it real quick.
Why is he not even
I wanna
in
read
this?
it.
Why is he not here? The harder they fall.
Yeah.
Are you looking at like the harder they fall from like 1990?
No, it
Or
says-
harder
it's-
they fall. It's not.
Oh yes, where he's on the train and stuff.
it
And
is It's good.
so,
Yeah,
yeah,
they start out in the train. It's pretty cool.
it is good.
Yeah, I liked it. I can't really tell you about it because it ruins the ending. Like, it's
I mean,
It's
it's
a
been out for
Western.
a while now, so
Wait, yeah, there's a statute of limitations
I don't
on that.
giving it all away.
Yeah.
I give it.
So like spoilers can you like if it's past, I think if it's
Mute
out of the movie
show
theater.
for 2 minutes.
Yeah, if it's out of the movie theater, I think the statute of limitations on spoilers is.
Well, it was never in it.
Oh well, there you go.
No,
It
this
was a-
is a show. Right? What are we talking about?
It is not a show. It is a Netflix film with Idris Elba.
It's a movie, Netflix movie, original.
Why
And
is
the
it-
other guy's pretty. I can't remember what he's from. He's from something else too, but he's good as well. The main character.
why does it say seasons?
I don't know, but it's one movie.
It says season 3, episode 63.
What are you looking at?
No, it's not true.
IMDb.
Anyways,
Am I wrong?
Does it say Netflix?
I don't know. It's the same people you're talking about in Western. I don't know many black Western movies.
here.
That's the same
Please
thing
tell
I'm
me you
looking
didn't.
at.
He's
Please tell me
right,
you
it's
didn't
the same
search it
thing.
that way.
Well, then there's something wrong because it's not.
So wait, Kevin has only watched the first episode of the show.
Yes.
And he doesn't even realize that there's 2 more episodes.
No, it is a.
movie.
It says right
2
here,
hours, 19
film.
minutes.
2
Yeah.
hours. and
I've
19
I've
minutes.
seen most of it.
Maybe I don't know.
It's good.
I
And
know about it
if
because
you
I had a
never
customer
saw
one
the
day that was
ending,
watching it.
dude. The ending is off the chain.
I have not seen the ending.
So we need to have a scale of like
It's off the chain.
1
or
to
off the
10
train?
OG guys, being 1 being bad,
You
obviously.
give it 10 OGs or
Yeah.
1 OG.
Can
I
we give them beers?
Yeah, beers,
5 beers,
shots.
shots, 5 dicks.
I give it
Do they
3
fit
dicks
between-
up with a twist.
Will they fit
Yeah.
between my fingers?
Yes.
I don't know. Somebody needs to name it for us. From the one person that's watching, let us know what you want to call it. But I give it a 6.5, which is really good for a Netflix film because, I mean, I wouldn't have gone to the movie theater to see it, but those straight to did you just shit?
No,
What was that?
John.
He's sitting there like a baby and making faces like he's about to.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
That's what it was. He had the look in his
Is
I
that
can't-
why he keeps putting the camera on us?
No, I have to pee. I can't fart if I have to pee.
Well, say yours real quick, so then you can go pee and
No.
then come back.
Oh, what I'm watching, dude. I started watching. What show were we talking about earlier, Tim?
Lost in Space?
No, I like that show though. All right, because that's one of them. Lost in Space is a good one. The only problem is I keep falling asleep and I have to keep rewatching the
Yeah, I
same.
hate
Sounds
that.
great.
You don't know where
Sucks.
you were before.
No.
So,
And then
I
the
know.
other one is Jack Ryan. I started watching Jack Ryan again.
Again, yeah, I've done
Yeah.
that about 3 times.
It's a damn
Both
good
seasons,
show.
right?
so
Yeah.
is this
Yeah.
the one with?
Do you know
with,
when? You know
um,
if there's a new one of those coming out?
They were supposed to be.
That's
but
obviously too. That's Amazon, not Netflix.
It's Amazon.
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
that's on Amazon Prime.
This is the one not,
Jack Ryan.
not Tom Cruise, but with John Krasinski
Yeah.
or whatever his name is.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
And then,
from The Office.
Yeah.
but I did
Jack
watch.
Pelfer.
What the hell's what's the movie with The Rock?
Well,
Red,
Kevin,
red
Red-
something.
Read something.
Is it not Red Nation?
It's
No.
it's trash though, so don't even worry about it.
The Rock
I
is
thought it
trash.
was okay.
It's the same Rock and
Red
the same
Notice.
Ryan Reynolds.
Red Notice.
Right? Am I wrong?
Yeah,
Kevin?
it is.
It's the same Rock, the same Ryan Reynolds.
It was
and
one of those
everything.
twists where I definitely saw like the ending coming.
I'll watch almost anything with Ryan Reynolds in it because he makes it just they're good
I
movies.
love
They're
Ryan
good to watch.
Reynolds. I don't. The Rock has definitely lost some of my respect.
Yes, I agree.
For reasons we won't get into on this show, but I think some people might know.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he might even be trying to make a little political
Oh yeah, they
move, run,
no,
whatever.
They're
in
going to
the
want to
future.
install
They
somebody
want him.
like him. They're going to need
Absolutely.
people like him in 2024 because they're not going to
We're
have
the
anybody-
Rock of the nation. You
They're
know,
not going to
kinda
have
thing.
anybody that wants to vote any of them in.
Well, that dude will pass a physical. I'm pretty sure.
Just to say real fast, because you mentioned it, you know, Rasmussen Polls, who's becoming the leader in polls,
I know.
had posted
Buttigieg.
today
Buttigieg.
that
It was Buttigieg or something. like that, I
no,
feel
they
like.
had posted today that they're going to need something a little bit stronger than Omicron for 2024 because the polls
Who
are
said
showing
that?
Rasmussen reports, Rasmussen polls.
That's what their
They're
report
saying
was.
that the polls that they're doing are showing
They need something.
big losses for
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Dems.
Huge.
You
Huge
know what
losses.
this reminds me of? Dwayne Elizondo, Mountain Dew, Herbert Camacho.
What the hell?
Idiocracy.
Oh, such a dude. That's such,
That's his name.
that's such an explanation of the world right now, right?
Yes.
That movie, like I think if somebody has not seen that movie, you need to watch what they're trying to try. Like that, I think they literally want the public to be like
Yes.
that. I think everybody.
That
wants
was
them-
the movie that was written as fiction that will become fact.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's where they're trying to mix the whole population up so bad in the head and make mental illness so normal that that's
water.
what will happen.
Like what's in the toilet?
Yo, you're gonna drink what's in the toilet, bro?
You haven't seen this?
No.
I've never seen it either.
Never
Really?
seen it.
Oh
Promise.
man, you got to see
That's
that.
a must. That's
that's-
10.
That's who is that? Is that it's not Paul Rudd, but Owen Wilson that's in that?
Yeah.
Is that who? What's that guy's
No,
name?
Luke Wilson.
Luke
It's
Wilson.
his brother.
Yeah,
you know,
Luke
Paul
Wilson.
Rudd's the
Are they
sexiest man alive.
brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
What?
never knew that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Do you know Owen Wilson's nose
they're
looks
so
like the way it
different.
is because he used to box?
Yeah, he broke it a bunch of times.
Yeah, he got it broken and fixed so many fucking times.
I don't believe that he actually like maybe didn't get it fixed a couple of times. That might be the problem.
Yeah.
I thought he got it fixed like every time. So there's a lot of you ever notice that like MMA fighters and boxers have fucked up noses?
Yeah, but
They-
most of the time, usually you can pop it
Well,
back.
no, they don't get them fixed until they're done fighting, because every time you fix it and you fuck it up again, it's even worse. So that's why Owen Wilson's nose pinches in and then goes out. It's the only way to get it fucking straight. Was they probably like
Wow.
filed it all the way back to nothing. It's weird.
Hey, it
looking
works
nose.
for him. It works for him.
Yeah. Anyway,
All right. How about those parents that we were talking about Glocks earlier? How about those parents that got arrested for their son?
Well, wait. We
Shooting
never
up a
did.
school.
We hear your show?
Oh, sorry.
was
Go
Tim's
back
show?
to Tim.
Tim brought up the whole thing, and then we just went right by him.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Tim.
So my show for Netflix, Lost in Space. I think
Yeah,
is the one I
Frank
was gonna
took
talk
it
about.
second season though,
third.
I haven't even finished the
The
first
third
one.
came out on Wednesday.
See, I didn't see.
You haven't
the
finished the
second one.
first season?
No.
I finished the third in one sitting.
See, Janet won't watch it with me, so I watch it at night and I keep falling asleep. Not
My
that the
wife
show's
wife
bad,
will
but it's
not
like
watch it.
11.
Listen, my wife, honestly, sometimes I think she might hate me with some of the stuff that I watch because she doesn't. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" But I'm like, man, I don't know. I like that stuff.
I
you
like
know?
that
I
show.
like I like the space stuff.
I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna get fucking Taco Bell tonight, and I'm gonna watch that show.
Do you
Do you have
want to?
no
Do you
kids,
still
man?
want to take our pants off and put tactical gear
Oh
on?
yeah, we
Yeah.
got to do that first.
You mentioned that too.
Was that on the show?
I don't know if it was on the show.
I
but
think that was no, it wasn't. Now it is.
it was before the show.
Now it is.
Frank was wanting to put tactical gear on and walk around the house and
No.
basically
Without
watch
pants.
a movie together.
All right. No,
And
no.
he
We got
invited me.
to put some context to it.
life's
What's
There
the
is no context. That's exactly what was said.
What's the Benghazi movie? Oh, 13 Hours. So Tim had never seen 13 Hours, so I said we should put the tactical gear on and watch 13 Hours. But it's kind of hot in here, and we're
Yeah.
wearing jeans. So I said we could take our pants off
It's a little hot.
and put the tactical gear on so we don't sweat.
Gosh.
You know, my movie is you guys will really stop respecting me after this if you had any respect for me at the
Was it
beginning.
live action Aladdin?
I can't find anything I can get into since Game of Thrones, right? I did like the Netflix movie that came out for the Sopranos remake or the Sopranos prequel.
I heard it was a lot of butt sex.
I like that. No, there wasn't any of that in there. I like that one, even though a lot of people don't like it. I think the guy that played
That's the only reason why I haven't watched it. Someone
Christopher-
told me it was all butt sex.
no, it was good. It was good,
How much butt sex?
just a little.
See, I fucking told you.
But
It wasn't full
I
broke back.
I like to watch the stuff my wife watches. So
Which
she'll
is?
watch documentaries. She'll watch like now her new excitement is she'll watch just Bridgerton. So I watch it. There's a lot of butt sex in Bridgerton,
Like,
and then I'll
like
watch
man butt sex?
No, like chicks.
My
getting
wife watched
screwed.
Bridgerton.
Yeah,
Strap-ons.
it's like basically Game of Thrones almost. And then there's Julia in Paris or something like that that's coming on, and we're all excited about that one.
Hmm.
I
That's
like
awesome.
I like the wave.
Yes, yay!
There is God, I'm losing my mind. There is the freaking Prime.
Yeah.
There's a Prime one that came out that's very Game of Thrones ish.
The new one.
It's good.
I haven't watched it, but I've
Oh,
seen
it's
the preview.
good. Does anybody know about this but
No.
me? I've kept up with it, and I started watching it. Me and Morgan agree on very few shows. This one we've watched together, and of course, I can't find my app.
Is that a married thing? Like over time, you kind of start to separate on the shows a little bit.
I think so. It is called Wheel of Time.
Like, because
It
I
is
mean,
really
I'll
good.
be honest. There's a couple things I'll watch with my wife that she wants to watch, but I'll put something on and she just give me this look, man. That's like, I'm
Not
I'm
interested in
out
that.
of here.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't want anything to do with you right now.
It's on you.
So this is, you guys know how this is going to be. In my mind, this is a very deep thought. It's going to come out where I sound like I'm fucking retarded. Okay.
Well,
But
no,
what COVID to
Noted.
me has brought out is I feel like COVID has brought like a forced, you make forced like separation at home because you've been forced to be around
Two
people
together, yeah.
two together, right? So literally, if you use like streaming services to break up your relationship, like meaning like separation, it's fucking awesome. I think of everything as shows. She has shows she watches. I have shows I watch, and we have like one continuous show that we watch together. So if I'm laying in bed and I want to watch a show and she's not coming up yet, maybe she's downstairs working, I watch my show. But downstairs, at least twice a week, we'll watch like 2 episodes of our show.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's just
got brought up
it just
around the
goes.
fire at my mom's last night too. It's the same thing where I had said something like, "Yeah, we watch like I think there's about 2, maybe 3 shows a year that we watch together, maybe even 4." But somebody had said, "Man, really? That's it or whatever." And then the rest of the time you're not watching it. But some of those shows are shows that drop all at one time, so we're watching it together for like a week or more every night. Some of them are once a week. So it kind of splits it all up where sometimes we're watching stuff together, sometimes we're not. But
well, that's the good thing about Netflix. Don't they just drop the whole
yes,
season?
love it.
Done.
I don't get any
Binge watch.
sleep, but I love
you
it.
know, so I'm torn on how I feel about that. So
I don't need much sleep.
I like to be able to binge watch stuff and watch as much as you want, but I also there's that appreciation for the online shows that also drop like once a week. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like because you can watch it all you want, or you can wait a few weeks and watch a couple of them.
It stimulates me a little.
It forces me to not be fucking stuck to the TV. You know what they did with that was all the like the Disney stuff,
It's
the
a
Disney
teaser.
shows. Yeah,
Some are a teaser.
I
some
watched
are-
the Disney Star Wars
give it
stuff.
to you all.
Mandalorian came out that way.
I never even finished Mandalorian.
There's
I got
you
bored.
got any of you seen La Brea?
I've heard of it.
Oh, I heard it was good.
It's pretty good. It's not the best, but it's pretty good, and it comes out every Tuesday. It gives
Isn't
me.
that the
I'm
one
like,
that's supposed to be? It's
Tuesdays,
like
I'm gonna do my laundry and watch that show.
isn't that like some place that's had earthquakes and
There,
stuff like
no,
that?
there's these. So there's these sinkholes.
Yeah,
that happen.
sinkhole. That's what I mean.
My bad. There's these sinkholes that happen, and they end up falling. They figure out where they're falling. It's like 10,000 BC or something like that. And then I'm finally. Can I give some of that away? I don't know how.
Yeah, because every time I just saw the name
Alright.
of the show, I thought it was. I honestly, I just assume it's something gay. These
So
days.
where I'm at now, I think it's like the
John's head.
eighth episode, and now they're figuring out there's these 2 scientists that keep traveling back and forth essentially between these sinkholes, and they're trying to fix the mistakes they made, but I have not figured out which one of those trying to do the right thing yet. But like, there's certain people that fell through a long time ago to those people,
So it's
but
like
really
a-
it wasn't that long ago. They just keep circling this time. And so then these people that have fallen through are really trying to save some of their own family members so that they don't die because they didn't make it back through to the future. It's intense. You
so
really got to follow
sinkholes
it.
or time machines.
Essentially, yes. Yeah, sinkholes and rifts. They're called rifts, like parts you can walk through that are up in the sky, but you have to be like the one I just saw.
How do you get to the sky?
Listen, you got to watch it. I'm starting to feel like what I'm explaining is something you have to watch.
Yeah, sounds a little retarded, but I'm gonna give it a shot
So offensive.
because I say that a lot of it might
So
be the way
offensive.
you're explaining it,
Probably.
but it's probably better than you're explaining it. Is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. How did she say it? The dumpster. lady?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all of us here are gun owners, right?
Absolutely.
Everybody here is a gun owner.
Mm-hmm.
Pew,
And
pew,
we
laugh.
believe in 2A,
Mhm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And over the week that just passed, you had a kid go and shoot up a school.
Yeah.
And of course, he's a psychotic kid. You can tell by the look in their eyes.
Yeah. As soon as I saw his face, I didn't want to see his face or
Yeah.
care for his name or anything. But as soon as I saw it, I said, "Oh, that guy looks like
You know that he
could
knocked
school."
on. There were some brave kids actually in that school.
Yep.
There were,
He
yeah.
knocked on the door, and like there was just one kid that's
Is that
like,
the one that was the high school football player that
no,
ran?
no.
Was that
I
different?
don't know if that's the same school or not. I think
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
It's terrible that we have to even say that.
I
But
think it is. But
You're right.
But the kid knocked on the door and said sheriff's department.
Yeah,
I've
same
seen the
kid.
video. Yeah, same kid.
where they ran out of the window.
And they ran out the window
Yeah.
because the one kid was like, "No, I don't think so."
He said,
And
"Come
he
on,
said,
bro."
Come on, bro.
Yeah.
And they're like, he said, bro. He said, bro. And they ran out the window. And luckily, the other cops were there
Yeah.
and they got him. But personally, I think if somebody does that, they should just shoot him dead there. That's it.
90% of the time, it's case closed.
Right. Case closed.
90% of the time.
But now something different's happening because in most states the parents are responsible when a kid under 18 takes their gun, and here we got this case here where
Well,
the parents are getting charged for the crime.
and they should, and
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because in the context you said it, no, but in what really happened as they find out more about it. So basically, they went. So the kid's 15. The parents went and bought this kid the gun. They already knew he was mentally unstable. Some stuff had happened previously.
Well, that's where the story is funny because in some places it's getting reported that they bought him the gun. In other places, it's getting reported that the father purchased the gun for himself 3 days ago.
Well, no, she posted on her Facebook feed that happy birthday with your new present, and he had his gun.
That's crazy.
So more.
But I mean, if you know a kid
I don't think
has-
it's crazy that a 15-year-old
No,
has a gun.
no.
I think it's crazy that a mentally
Ill kid.
unstable
Right.
15-year-old has a gun.
I mean, most of this stuff boils back down to mental instability.
Well, yeah, but it's worse than that. So they had some instances where he had done a lot of weird stuff, but he got caught in the middle of class on his cell phone looking at bullets, and the teacher saw it, so she, let guidance counselor or whatever know about it. And when the mom, there was text messages received after the fact, and the mom, and this is verified, this was in the actually told by the police, said, "I'm not mad at you or something, you just got to know how to not get caught." And then his mother previously had went to some, and I'm going to get this way out of context, but she went to some rally where basically they were saying, wind your children up and make them vicious, basically. And I think there's more to it. I think that she basically wound him up like a top and sent him in there to do it. And the very last second, she sent him a text that said, "Don't do it." So when you send a text that says, "Don't do it,"
That's wow.
you already know what's going to happen. So if it "don't do it" has come out of your mouth, then why aren't you already calling the police? Why are you not calling the school? Why are
Were
you
the were the parents apprehended? Like, are they?
Yeah, they found him. And then
But that's the problem. though.
immediately
had to
they
find them, right?
ran after it happened.
That's that's a bad situation.
So
man.
get into that for a second if you can, because I heard all this kind of like after it had happened. So they took money from the ATM, like after that's the only thing I saw was they were already on the run, and then they took out like $4,000 from the ATM or something.
See,
So
I
In
heard
the
a different
art
story.
studio.
I heard a different story that they weren't on the run, that they were getting death threats immediately after all that went down and their names were released. They were getting death threats, so they grabbed some cash, went to a hotel room, and they were staying in a hotel. Now, this is from their lawyer, obviously,
No, they
Where
got
he's
found
gonna
in an
spin
art
it.
studio.
where he's going to spin it as much as possible. So go ahead.
I think he's been given just a junk case to have to fight because I'm pro gun 1,000%, and I am totally okay with a reasonable 15-year-old owning a gun and hunting and doing whatever with it. They shouldn't have bullets accessible to them at 15 years old.
unless they're going to do something like you're talking about. hunting
yeah,
or something.
but that would be like with you, right? So for example, when my son's old enough, I will buy him a hunting rifle.
It's like driving a car. I mean, you're not going to let your 15-year-old go drive a car.
I don't
without
care
you.
what you buy them, as long as you don't give them accessibility to ammo. What's the gun going to do?
Correct. But that's my point. It's like, so he's got his gun and maybe he wants to feel cool if it's like in a safe in his room, or if it's, like on a rack or something like that, right? It looks cool. But whenever it's hunting season or whenever we're gonna go, we're gonna sight in his rifle. Like I'll have the ammo. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be my kid's not just gonna be able to come home and freaking load his
Right.
rifle. Like,
Well,
doesn't-
and I
doesn't make
hate to
sense.
say it, these people were big time Trumpers, so that's what they're basically using as ammo
Yeah.
because now it's Trump's fault, but it's not Trump's fault. It's too, they use it very loosely alt right.
I mean,
like
let's-
everything is alt right.
let's
You
put-
wearing that hat is alt right.
I mean, let's
Right.
put this into perspective really quick. I mean, so that, stuff like that happens. Everybody's going to support somebody, right? And they're always going to find that. But
You're either one side
there's
or
a lot
the
of-
other.
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that support a lot of Democrats that are pedophiles that we've all seen, I mean, that's just, and then there's a lot of like this, like that person supported Trump. None of those people are okay. Whoever they supported doesn't really necessarily mean that had to do with certain things. It just is who they supported. It's
Well, and I'm
unfortunate, it's
sure-
unfortunate they try to use that information against other people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Well, this is where I feel like we could be better than I don't want to say. I'm not even saying like the other side, where it's like we don't have to take ownership of some psychopath just because they voted the same way we
Well, that's
did,
how they're going
right?
to
They fucked up. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that's where like we as like we're all conservatives, but that's where we as conservatives could rise up and be like, what they did is wrong. Who cares who they voted for?
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, dude, we are supposed to be the party of law and order, right?
Yeah.
So there's no reason to defend them if what they fucking did was
If
wrong.
what they did was wrong,
If
lock them up.
A
man.
Trump voter is a pedophile or let me say was a pedophile. If they voted for Trump and then committed that crime, they still committed that fucking crime and they're
Right.
still
Right.
Yeah.
a terrible person. It doesn't matter what side.
That's
they're
what I'm
on.
saying is
Yeah.
supporting someone doesn't make you invincible, doesn't make you bad. It makes you just who you support, but who you are as a person, an individual, that
Right.
personal identity is a different thing.
Well, the spinoff is Trump supporters believe in Second Amendment. They felt like it's gonna be some crazy.
Well, they've
Second
already done
Amendment.
that. But the thing is they really were alt right. Like they were.
Sure. Yeah, which is fine. They're just barely one step above John, but who cares?
I'm not alt right. I would consider myself more of a moderate, to be honest with you,
I am
because
too.
I have a lot of some liberal thoughts as well that go along with that. But like the whole God and stuff like that. I believe in God, but I don't want to shove it down other people's throat. Where some of the hardcore
that's what I believe too. I
Republicans
mean, I
want
believe it's
to.
about a personal relationship,
Right. Right.
Personal relationship with God's important. Even as some would say, like higher power, just something that you believe in. I mean, let's be honest. Society was not based off of one day everybody said, "Hey, we want to be good and not kill each other." It was based off of a religion, higher power, God, but not necessarily just having to go to church and praise certain things. But there is a morality behind it that I think does do good for
Yeah.
society.
Like they have this week. Roe versus Wade was up for debate again this week, and I think you know what that is. That's the abortion bill. And for me as a conservative, it's hard because I believe that you should have your choice, but I also believe that if you take away the incentive that you give these women for abortion and you put incentive on them having the child and giving up for adoption, there are tons of parents that can't have children that would love to have a baby. And if you give them an incentive to have the child, you can avoid a lot of the problems. And a lot of people say, well, what about rape? And well, that's a small percentage.
Yeah.
So
that we're
here's the
talking
thing,
about
and
here.
because that's one thing I get into my wife with is that's one thing that
Right.
because she's pretty pro-choice, but I'm not. But at the same time, I can totally respect when we get into that factor, which is the rape factor. But there's going to be a lot of women out there that just say, I was raped. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to do anything about
Exactly.
it, but I was raped, so I want to get rid of my child.
If a woman's raped, why is she not taking Plan B automatically?
So here's my thing, right? When I come into the abortion thing, is it's all about choice, they say, right? Well, here, let me give you a couple of choices. Having sex is a choice.
That's right.
Using
yeah.
a condom or birth control is a choice. And then in most areas, Plan B is a choice. And
Yeah, that's
then-
only good for 3 days.
right. But
So I would see how somebody could be a very emotionally unstable after, a rake. So I think if they have a police report, that's enough.
sure. So that's actually
Like,
really good.
I'm going to be
that.
completely
Yeah.
honest. We collectively lack the body parts to really make the judgment on this one.
Well, that's
It's-
it's funny you
let's-
say that.
But that's my personal standpoint.
I thought you did.
We could have our own opinions on it. But for example, like if a girl sat in front of me right now and said, "This is how I stand on it," I can't disagree with her because I don't know. But if I were to summarize this, I would say a couple of things.
I mean, they're all opinions, but
look,
it's like an asshole.
but-
I got one.
But obviously, how conception was made is important. I believe that, right? If you're drunk, you're getting some, and you let the dude talk you into letting him bust a nut, guess what? Fucking deal with it because that's the
Well, most
situation
of
you
the
put
time
yourself in.
too, most people that get drunk, I mean, and you're hanging out with certain people, let's be honest, you step into that. That's a decision to step into that environment. You
Yeah.
know, if you want to talk about decisions, let's
No.
be adults and talk about all the decisions you're making leading up to that.
Well,
point.
I think if there was, there it goes. I think that if there was
That's
more,
when we know the show's over. The
Well-
lights are getting shut off.
Yeah.
if there was more of an incentive for guys to stick around instead of being fucking assholes,
Yes.
we'd have
that
less
too.
conversations about abortions because I feel
That's
like
very true.
most non-rape abortions are by people in non-committed relationships. And to be honest with you, I bet there's a lot of guys who don't even know. I bet there's a lot of guys who don't even know.
I just hate getting into the argument of there are. I mean, it's crazy
God,
to me.
it's
Like
so
you,
dark.
you get the you need to turn that one more that way.
It doesn't
No.
need to be your first
But-
form
well, no.
of birth control.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
I mean, what it comes down to is that a lot of these people, it makes it they're making it easy for them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like a
Press the
Real-
yellow button.
it's like a real easy out for so many different people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to see people supporting, oh, you're killing my people, but then you're going to the abortion clinic and killing
Yeah.
your own. I mean, it's just, to me, there's a lot of back and forth hypocrisy.
Yep.
That kind of makes me sick sometimes.
Yeah, let's just say that what Frank said basically, and what the whole argument in court proved, is that men can't have babies.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like,
That kills the
you see,
leftists. That kills the lefties' argument altogether. But if Susie wants to go out and be a whore and have 15 babies and then go have them abortions, at what time do you tell Susie, listen,
She's at least got to pay for
it's
it.
about time to get those tubes tied or something, and you can have all the sex you
Yeah,
want.
but here's the deal. But I will never stand by telling somebody what they have to do with their body. That's a stance I made during COVID,
Exactly.
and that's where I have to stand firm on it, even if
I can appreciate
I
that.
yes.
disagree with
appreciate
certain
that.
things. But to Kevin's point is,
Don't make it free.
don't make
Yes.
me fucking pay for it.
That's right.
Right? That's what making it free is making me
And
pay for your
Let's be
mistakes.
honest, too. We're all going to have to deal with our own choices one day.
And that's the biggest argument nowadays. And it was on The View the other day. Whoopi is like, I don't want a doctor
Ah,
or somebody to tell me what
was
I could
just trying
do
to
with
think of
my
that.
body. And then in the next segment, she's talking about how people
Men
that are
don't have those
unvaccinated.
parts.
No, she's talking about people that are unvaccinated who need to go and get the shot. So they want to force people.
well, I
to
think it was
go
yesterday or today
and
too
get-
that she was trying to say. She's like, men shouldn't even be talking about this. They don't have the parts to have no
Well,
children.
yeah, that too. She
And it's like,
proved it.
oh, well,
Yeah.
you're saying there's multi genders and how men should, but then
Yeah.
now you're saying men can't have that opinion.
That's-
They just do. They step all over. Like, here's the thing with some of that is they just step all over themselves.
Yeah.
They want to have a certain opinion, but they can't because it completely
it blows up all the time.
It blows up
Yep.
every time. It doesn't work
Right.
because biology's biology.
It blows up because you're never going to make both sides happy.
Well,
It's
I mean,
not possible.
I mean, some of it's just, I don't know, man. I hate to use certain words, but it's just ignorant. Like you're not gonna, like, you can argue certain things, but if one of your other arguments argues against your other opinion, I'm sorry, but it's not a good idea.
Right. And then we got off the subject of the gun stuff, but back to the gun thing real fast is Alec Baldwin says that he doesn't feel any remorse, doesn't feel guilty, doesn't, doesn't even want to accept that he shot the gun
Why though? Like why?
because he's an actor. He
No,
shouldn't
no.
have to.
But what was his reason? He said he didn't even shoot the gun. He didn't even pull the trigger.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Obviously,
so the gun
maybe
shot
he-
itself.
So
Yeah.
obviously the gun shot itself.
It proves
Guns
the,
kill people.
The leftist point that they've been trying to make forever is guns kill people.
Yeah.
People don't kill people. Guns kill
So
people.
See,
what is he
here's-
claiming?
here's-
His hair trigger?
No,
here's-
if that gun would have been non-existent,
Oh.
she wouldn't have died.
I
Here's
told
my
you guys
deepest
when it
question
happened,
in
this
that,
was gonna
though.
happen.
Here's my deepest question. That is, so one person got shot and killed. So somebody else got injured, right?
Yes, the director,
How?
the magic bullet hit her, hit him too.
Was he behind her?
I think so. They were in close to each other. Yeah,
Crazy.
and basically, he held the gun up and shot it.
Guys got
You
skills.
know, but I told you
I mean,
guys.
it's terrible though.
No,
like
the
it
gun
should
held
never
itself
happen.
up.
Yes, I told you guys 3 weeks ago when this
I just can't
happened
believe that happened.
that they were going to try to turn him into an activist. They were going to do this.
Oh,
and
yeah,
they were going
yeah.
to spin this. He should be in jail. He
He-
should be.
Why are no
indicted.
charges pressed
He should
against
be
him?
charged. Everything.
Because the gun did it. You can't put a gun in
That's
jail,
right.
man.
If
There-
that would happen to any of us in this room, we would
Absolutely.
be in jail.
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys need to think about the craziness. In the last 14 days, in the last 2 weeks, we're getting ready for an SUV and a gun to be on trial.
Yes. Yeah, I know it's gonna be super crazy,
Fucking
right?
Crazy.
And a
I
pedophile.
wonder if how they're gonna fit him on the stand.
Yeah.
The gun will fit, but the SUV might be a difficult situation.
Do you guys want to end the show on a
On a happy note.
funny story?
Yes.
I have a
All
very
right, see you guys.
Get ready for penises and butts.
Kevin knows. I have a very funny story from earlier this week.
Okay, go.
Kevin and I are working down south Miami.
Oh, this is so awful.
Traffic was pretty bad. So we leave Miami at what, 4 something? We leave Miami right around actually
Time
right-
is irrelevant.
Time is
Frank.
relevant. We leave Miami around 5 o'clock. We stop and we get a little something to eat. As I'm eating hot wings and half rack of ribs,
Oh.
I realize
That's a lot of meat.
I haven't pooped in over 24 hours.
I hate those.
And as I'm eating,
You're
I
eating.
realize all my food is like right up here and it's not going down.
You're getting ready to poop.
So I said, let me take one of those little Gas X pills so I'm not gassy on the ride home. So I take my Gas X pill and we jump onto 95 and we hit Miami rush hour.
5 o'clock.
So it is now 6:30 and we're in the express lane in the Miami
Still in
Miami
Miami.
rush hour. We're going bumper to bumper in the express lane. Kevin's sleeping next to me. I've got a gas bubble that Kevin could hear.
Yeah.
My stomach would go, and then he was comes all the way up. And I said, Kevin, as soon as we find a shoulder that's big enough for me to pull over, I have to shit.
Oh no.
I was gonna poop on the side of the road because I was gonna shit in Kevin's car.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
True story.
Wow. Been there.
So we
And
find an
bumper to
exit.
bumper.
It
We-
gets way worse.
We find an exit just north Miami. We find an exit. I see there's a racetrack. I said, we can go to the racetrack because racetrack has decent bathrooms for
Alright,
gas
it's behind the
stations.
Yeah.
counter.
So I go to the racetrack and I get out of the car and I start running to the front door. And with every step, right, and
You're
I
like
get-
that guy on the Facebook ad.
I've got no air left, John. No air left.
This was air.
Gravity was pulling the poo poo out of my pants. So I sling open the men's room.
Somebody's in there.
There's piss everywhere.
Oh no.
It looked like somebody pissed on the seat, and then the next person didn't want to get close to it, so he tried to piss from further away and got it all over the floor. And then it looked like the last person opened up the bathroom door and just pissed right there.
Dripping.
That's what happens when you're in a hurry at the
Dude.
racetrack.
I
Yeah.
grab some paper towels and I start trying to wipe down the toilet seat.
Seeping through.
Got on my hand.
Yep.
I freak out and I start washing my hands. Meanwhile, my pants are unbuttoned. It's dropping out of my body.
Yeah.
I'm pinching as much as I can. I look over. There's no toilet paper.
Been there.
Piss everywhere. No toilet paper. I couldn't even
I've
drop.
lived this story.
I couldn't even drop my pants to the floor because I was afraid they were going to get soaked in pee pee. So I look
totally,
over.
all the time.
I don't know if you've done
It
what I
gets way
did
past
next.
what you're about to hear.
I look over and I see the paper towels above the trash can, and I'm maybe like they're soft enough you can use them.
Absolutely.
I grab them and I realize
There's no more time.
I'm going. So I drop my pants and I shit in the trash can.
No, you didn't. No.
The trash
Oh
can.
my God.
So the trash can was a little over knee high,
You knew that the story
and
was
it was
going this
just
direction.
open metal bin. So my butt is over the trash can, and it's just whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. It looked like sweet tea.
How do you leave a place like that? Like, do you just walk
I know.
out like
So
nothing
here's my
ever
thing: is
happened?
like, so you told your story. Now the next guy that comes in there has got to tell
Oh no.
that
No.
part of the story.
So I grab the dry paper towels and I'm patting the fucking swamp ass off of me. It's all my fucking ass cheeks. It's all over me.
Dirty Harry.
So I
God.
shuffle like this to the freaking sink, and I turn around and I put my ass in the sink and I start washing my stuff in the sink, and I dry myself
This
back
is
up,
deep.
and there was so much doo-doo sprayed all over the top of the trash area. I just took a whole bunch of paper towels and covered it.
And here was my reaction when he told me.
No,
Frank, this is why people want more than $15 an hour. You asked.
That's what I was gonna say. The poor minimum wage worker
Yeah.
that went in there. He's like, I'm tired of this shit today.
Your asshole is fucking up the economy.
this is what makes the story absolutely perfect, because Kevin wasn't feeling well. His head was bothering him. So we're driving home, and we're about 40 minutes down the road, and Kevin just starts randomly laughing. And I was like, what's so funny? He was like, the person who just went in to take out that trash quit.
Can you
doubt.
imagine? And you know they use them crappy thin bags.
Oh,
So
yeah.
what if he picked it
It
up and he
breaks.
didn't see it and it breaks? And now, well, you did say after you crap tea, there was like a giant turd that flopped out. So
that thing, what would suck is if that plopped out and
Dude,
took the bag
no,
down with it.
no.
yeah.
So because I hadn't pooped in over 24 hours, the very first poop was like,
Solid.
it was solid,
Right.
a little dry. It
That's
was
what
like
been
the
there.
cork. It was like the cork to a champagne
Unplugged.
bottle, because I was surprised that there wasn't just pouring out of my ass when I first sat down. But when that first turd went like that, everything else goes.
Well, I get to have a colonoscopy on Thursday,
Great.
so next Saturday, if I tune in from home, then
You should do
we
it
can
from
we can talk
the
about that.
colonoscopy.
You should
You should
record it.
record it. Yeah.
What show was that where
When he
they
turns
actually showed
himself,
it?
yeah, they're gonna put you out, or are you going hardcore?
I've had one
Hardcore
before. I don't
backdoor.
think they allow that actually.
What,
I mean,
go-
Trump
put
didn't.
out?
Trump didn't put himself out when
bullshit.
he. Yes, he did not put himself out.
Bullshit.
It's
Is
been
that how he
recorded.
didn't give up power for that?
Yeah, because he doesn't have to give up power. If he went under, he would have had to give up power.
That's brutal.
Yeah, that's why
Good for
Biden
him.
had to give up power.
I feel like you need training.
I
for
guess.
that.
I guess Obama didn't either.
I
But
mean-
he's used to taking.
Yeah.
Big
Oh
mic.
yeah. Michael's giving it to him. Michael's hitting that for sure.
I think
So-
we should definitely end on that and go throw up.
Hey, what?
So, do you want to apologize on the air to the person that had to go clean up after you?
Fuck no! They should have cleaned the bathroom before me, so I wouldn't have to sit and piss.
That's true.
It's
I,
their own
I would
fucking
blame
fault.
the I would blame the
Wait,
people.
Yeah, but
I'd blame the
thought of
people that
something
pissed on
else.
the seat.
What?
I just thought of something else. So first off, the poor guy that just quit that did so, God damn, I'm just visualizing it. Imagine you're making minimum wage and you obviously are at a shitty speedway working the counter, right? And you get sent in there and you didn't know all the piss was in there. So the first thing you see is you're like, God damn it, somebody pissed all over the bathroom again. And you're pretty used to that, right? So you got your mop and
Uh-huh.
you're like, you know, getting everything with it. That's pretty normal. And you're like cleaning up the shit sink, which by the way, he wiped his ass in. And you don't know that.
I didn't leave duty in the sink.
So
Oh,
But
so
then
you
you
at least
go-
clean something.
yeah, so you're upset
not
about all
savage.
this dripping
Context.
piss on everything, but
savage.
then you're like, man, I really want to quit this fucking job. You know, just you're
Absolutely.
going off and you're talking
Yeah.
shit about your boss. And let's say you're 17 years old, and then you grab the trash bag, which is as thin as paper because that's what they use. And you're supposed to tie it. When you do, it rips and shoots shit all over your feet.
Is this in Miami?
This is where he shit. I just am
No,
imagining this.
Imagine you ever like work in a restaurant and you take out the trash bag and it's dripping.
Yes,
Right,
yes.
you-
Absolutely,
He's
yeah.
gonna fucking pull that thing out and it's gonna
It's
drip.
gonna break and just doo-doo is gonna
Oh,
sling.
someone dropped a Coke in here.
What if You think it's gonna be
Sticky
like
It
the
exploded.
Dumb and Dumber when Bob Saget goes in there?
Yeah,
He goes
there's
to the
shit
bathroom like there's shit everywhere.
But here, I'm not done with the story. This is what's going on in my mind. So when it breaks, he freaks out and lets it go out of reaction.
Oh yeah.
And when
gosh.
it does, because at first he's just realized that he's got shit dripping on his foot.
Doo-doo.
But now when it hits the ground, it explodes doo-doo everywhere. And that little turd just goes boop and lands on his foot.
Oh man,
There's one turd in there. Dude,
One solidarity.
my other fear was that he looked at the trash and was just like, there's a whole lot of paper here, and just pushes it down.
Oh, that's even worse.
But he'll probably have gloves on, but he just shoves it down to make more room.
and then it goes. Oh, and then he's only got like the regular gloves on.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
there's a
as
little
he's
shit.
shoving it down, it's like wet down there too, and it touches him right here. It like
Yeah.
touches him on the wrist.
Right in that
Oh,
spot.
fucking
And it
gross.
goes in.
I would definitely just walk in. You could probably smell it as soon as you walk in between the piss and the shit,
I
and just be like, "I'm done. I'm going home."
We should
I-
actually probably start a show called Gas Station Shit
Yeah.
Sandwiches.
That person probably come out and be like, "Listen, if there was a picture, if there was a stall that represents COVID, is right there. I'm done. I'm done. I'm going home. I got COVID. I gotta go."
Fuck this job. Fuck
I
this job.
I
Fuck
text
it.
Janet on the way home and I said, "Look, don't be upset with me. I had a pretty bad day. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna jump right in the shower." I said, "I'll talk to you when I'm done." So I showered and I come down. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" And I told her what happened, and she was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah, that was Morgan's reaction when I told her. She's like, "Oh my god."
I get that all the time.
Yeah,
Actually, and we can end this by me showing you guys a picture of what my wife had to go to Vegas for 4 or 5 days recently, and my daughter and I were just hanging out together, and I was getting a little stale, a little gassy, a little stale, and then this is what she did to me. She wrote me in caution tape. You guys
That's
see
amazing.
that up there?
Yes,
That's my ass, and that's caution tape.
that's spectacular.
My kid did that to me.
That is awesome. My kids crop dust me. It's something that we practiced. We fart together.
Yeah.
and on that note, John, take us out.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening today. We've had a good talk about shit and
Yeah.
poop and dicks, and we appreciate everybody tuning in. Next week, Saturday night, between 8 and 9 o'clock. Normally, we normally start. So make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, all that stuff.